Imagine a child named Alex. Alex is 10 years old, bright-eyed, and full of curiosity. But Alex has autism, and traditional classrooms feel like a battlefield. Overwhelming noises, rigid schedules, and lessons that move either too fast or too slow. And Alex's parents fight for every source of support, but resources are stretched thin. And teachers do their best, but they're only human. And if they're lucky, they have just 12 kids in the classroom. But most likely, it's 30 kids, endless paperwork, and honestly, no magic wand to tailor every moment to Alex's needs. I've seen this story play out countless times, and I've lived pieces of it. Seeing a colleague struggle year after year, seeing the exhaustion in a parent's eyes, the quiet defeat in a child's posture when yet another lesson slips away, and even adults struggling to succeed. And these moments hurt you, but they also fuel you. And it's very heartbreaking because special education needs, or SEND, as we call this in the UK, is all about personalized support. It's about giving that support to the child that needed at that time. But for the past decades, we have been limited by one unbreakable barrier: human time and resources. And today I'm standing here to tell you that that barrier is finally crumbling. Generative AI is here, and it's not just a hot term. It's the game changer SEND children have been waiting for. It can give hyper-personalized support on demand, tailored to every child's needs in real time. That's exactly what SEND children need. My team and I at Ottomans Institute are best known for launching the world's first publicly available digital human teachers back in 2021. And they have served learners across 24 countries, from refugee camps to the remote corners of Africa. Because we have always wanted to level the playing field, giving support and empower the marginalized. And for us, SEND learners belong to that group. So we decided to help. Now let's start with the problem. SEND learning, SEND education, is rooted in differentiated learning, meeting kids where they are. So for those with dyslexia, ADHD, autism, or other needs, it means customized support plans, one-to-one support, and tools that flex with their pace. But reality bites hard. This is what differentiated learning really means, and why it matters so deeply. Picture yourself in a noisy restaurant, trying to read the menu, while someone keeps turning up the volume, the lights flicker, the waiter keeps asking you the same question over and over again, faster every time. You're not stupid. You're just drowning in sensory chaos. But that's every school for a child with autism. Or picture yourself trying to read a book, where every letter dances and swaps places the moment you look away. That's dyslexia in a standard font and pace. Or imagine your brain is a race car with no brakes, where thoughts crash into one another so fast that a 5-minute explanation feels like an hour of torture. That's ADHD in a traditional classroom. Now, all of these are not moments of failure or moments of lost effort. These are mismatches between how the brain is wired and how the world expects it to learn. And if you see those mismatches, you will understand that these kids are not broken. The system is just too rigid. They really need the world to bend towards them, just for once, so that they can show the world what they're truly capable of. That, I get it, moment of understanding is exactly what differentiated learning unlocks, and exactly what SEND children are still waiting for. Human teachers are incredible, but finite. In the UK alone, 1.5 million pupils have SEND. That's 1 in every 6. Globally, it's millions of people. Waitlist for specialists? Years long. And every day a child waits is a day they fall further behind. And we're not talking here just about academics, in confidence, in friendships, in believing they belong. And early digital tools really try to help, but they either cater to the masses or they focused on one very specific need. They couldn't scale through hyper-personalization. Enter our AI teachers. We've developed a system called OAI, the first of its kind, that provides true hyper-personalization. OAI configures itself to every learner's needs. From tone of voice to spacing out the lessons, it adapts to the learner in real time. So for those with dyslexia, it uses dyslexia-friendly fonts, such as Comforta or Open Dyslexic. For those with ADHD or autism, it removes loud backgrounds, it really simplifies the visuals, and it reduces the sensory overload. And thereby, it creates a calm and focused environment tailored to the needs of that specific day. And it's not just the interface that we're talking about here. It's also linked and plugged into a powerful data analytics dashboard. And this is for the first time where human educators and parents get true quantitative insights into how the child learns, how they engage, how they progress, and even emotional cues. Data that simply wasn't available before. And this data empowers educators to make informed decisions and support the children more effectively. But at the same time, it also now gives parents, in real numbers, insights in what the child is capable of on a good day and what they maybe need support with on a harder one. And this turns worry into understanding and fear into partnership. So now Alex's mother knows exactly when Alex learns best. And Julio's teachers know when Julio needs to take some micro breaks, because Julio has ADHD. We've developed this system over a year with specialized private school groups as our partners. And the results are quite disruptive. Learners or children with severe dyslexia now engage for full sessions instead of shutting down after minutes. And for those with ADHD, their focus time jumped through the use of micro breaks and chunked content. And the teachers report less workload on personalization, and therefore they have more time for human connection. Today we're working with top private school groups in the UK, but that's just the beginning. Now you may wonder what ignited all of this. It's our mission to support the marginalized, and not just support, but also empower them. We have seen learners from refugee camps to remote villages. Giving them access to teaching and learning changes their lives. Like last year, when our AI system was able to support marginalized learners even in low to no connectivity zones, giving them support like learning AI skills that they would otherwise never have had. And SEND families face similar barriers: exclusion, waiting, frustration. We couldn't ignore that. In this journey, we also couldn't ignore parents who wrote to us when our system was paused to reinitiate it as their SEND child had made it part of their daily activities. But we didn't build alone. We reiterated with educationists, psychologists, and even families. But you may ask, what about privacy then? Ironclad, as the system is GDPR compliant, gives transparent controls to the educators, and the private data is stored on device through Edge AI. And this means that the highly sensitive data of those SEND children no longer needs to leave their private device. And even for bias, we mitigate it to diverse training data and continuously update and reframe. So the system really evolves with every interaction and keeps on further personalizing. So this is the era of hyper-personalization. AI is not here to replace human teachers, but to amplify them, freeing humans to focus on empathy and relationships. AI today can give hyper-personalized support to SEND children for the first time through differentiated learning. So what does this actually mean then? Imagine a world where education bends to every child's needs, where learning for everyone is joy, not a struggle. Imagine a child looking up from his screen, eyes wide open, and says, "Yes, I get it." And the parent finally exhales, knowing they're not failing their child anymore. And given our success, we also have some good news we would like to share. This year, we'll make some of our tools public, so accessible to even students who learn at home, so that more families can benefit. So to educators, policymakers, other innovators, embrace this. Fund AI pilots, train on AI ethics, and integrate AI thoughtfully in education. And for parents and advocates, demand this, or systems like it, because your voices drive change. And to every Alex, every Julio, and every other marginalized learner out there, your time has finally come. Hyper-personalized, differentiated learning, powered by AI, is here. And you are not alone. You are seen. And you're capable of so much more than the world has told you. Thank you.